Internet, what's up YouTubers? Welcome back to Ride Rad. So, you know, today on the show, I've achieved a milestone. I'm rolling into 1,000 miles on the DRZ in this video. 1,000 miles. So I thought I'd do a 1,000 mile review on the DRZ. Yep, on the old DRZ. A DRZ review. A 1,000 mile DRZ review. Look at this. There's ducks in the road. What do you do when there's geese in the crosswalk? This is funny. Watch out for the geese. I bet you guys didn't know there was geese in Las Vegas, did you? Yep, there are. So yeah, 2019 Suzuki DRZ 400 supermoto review. Let's begin. But first, wheelies. Nice. So first category I'd like to cover is performance. How powerful is this bike? Does it have good performance? Does it have good acceleration? Does it have good power, etc. So this is probably the DRZ's weakness, is performance. It's underpowered. This motorcycle has one cylinder and, get this, it's carbureted. Yeah, it's carbureted. It's a 2019 motorcycle that's carbureted. I don't understand why Suzuki is still putting a carburetor in this bike and it's 2019. I don't get it. The performance of this bike is one of its weaknesses. This bike has, I think, has about 40 horsepower, like 45 horsepower stock. It handles really well. It can handle a corner really well. The only thing is the engine. It doesn't put out that much power. This bike tops out at about 70, 75, somewhere in there. It doesn't like the highway. It just doesn't do good on the highway. I mean, it'll do 65, but it just isn't that good on the highway. If there are any engineers from Suzuki that are watching this, for the love of God, put a fuel injector in this bike. So in terms of performance, 0 being you're walking, 10 being an R1, I give this bike probably 4 out of 10 stars, 4 out of 10 golden stars, simply because there's no power in this bike. Next category, comfort. If you're going to buy a motorcycle, you should be comfortable, right? Makes sense. You'll hear a lot of people that have this bike tell you to get the aftermarket seat, drop the $200, $300 or whatever it is. I don't agree. I think the stock seat's just fine for what you're doing. This isn't a bike you'd drive on the highway for, 3 hours at a time, right? But for just going around town, maybe you put some off-road tires on this bike, the seat's just fine for what you get. Your posture on the bike is really good. It's not like you're hunched over. A lot of people don't like that street bike hunch, and it's not like that at all. It's pretty upright. It kind of feels like you're riding a bicycle. It is a little tall. It is a little tall for most people. I'm 6'1" and 185 pounds, and when I stand, my heels are up off the ground. My toes are on the ground. It's a tall bike. If you're a shorter person and you get a DRZ, you're going to want to lower it a little bit, maybe an inch, which is not a hard process to do. So in terms of comfort, 0 being you're riding a motorcycle made of wood, and 10 being a Honda Goldwing, I'll probably give it probably a 6. I'm not going to fall asleep driving this motorcycle because it's so comfortable, but it's also not uncomfortable. 6 gold stars out of 10 gold stars. Okay, so next topic, reliability. How reliable is the DRZ? So far, it's been extremely reliable. I have had 0 problems. Obviously, I only have 1,000 miles on this bike. If something were to happen to it, maintenance-wise, within 1,000 miles, I'd be pretty upset. But nothing has happened. I don't really think it's fair for me to judge it reliability-wise, simply because I've only had it for 1,000 miles. I'll give you my best rundown, at least from my own knowledge. Carbureted it may be, but dang, it is a reliable bike from what I've been told. This is kind of like if I were stuck in a city while the zombie apocalypse was going on, this is the bike I would want, the DRZ, because it is a dirt bike with street tires. It's simple to work on. I mean, real simple, like real simple. But yeah, it's even got a choke. Guys, there's a choke on this bike. It's right here. This thing is simple. It even comes with tools on the seat back here, this black bag. There's tools you would need for, you know, basic things like tire change, chain tightening, things like that. You can be out riding around in the desert and have a flat tire and take your wheel off with the tools that are in that little bag. But that's one thing that I really like about this bike. Comes with the frequently used tools. I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, it's real simple. And I think that's something that contributes to reliability, is simplicity. It seems like with fancier systems on a vehicle, reliability declines. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, I would say this is a very reliable bike. So to answer the question of reliability, I would give this bike 8 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's a fair guess. Very simple. All of it comes together to make a very reliable motorcycle. Second to last topic, price. Let's talk money. I got this bike from a dealer here in Vegas for 7 G's out the door. OTD, out the door, 7 G's. I think it's a little overpriced. For what you get, it's a little bit much, I think. But I think that's true about the entire motorcycle industry right now. There's some motorcycles that are more than some cars right now, which I find crazy. But that's been the case for a while. Considering you only get 2 wheels, motorcycles are overpriced, I think. Everybody wants one though. I get it. Supply and demand. I totally understand it. It's people want motorcycles. There's a big demand and therefore the price is high. I understand that. Comparing this bike to other bikes on the market, you don't get that good of a deal. I mean, it's fun, and I did get 24 karat gold rims. Nah, they're not 24 karat gold. Just kidding. I wish. That'd be cool. For $7,000, when you buy the DRZ, you get a street legal dirt bike with street tires that gives you 40 horsepower, 40 some horsepower, 50 I guess, I don't know, somewhere right around there. You get a bike that's good around town, you get a bike that's gets about 60 miles to the gallon. 6,000, 6,500 is what I would call appropriate for this bike. The thing is though, nowadays, everybody wants a supermoto. If you ever go to Texas, where I used to live, if you've been following my channel for that long, God, everybody and their mom wants a supermoto. And everybody and their mom rides a supermoto, it seems like. Everybody wants that supermoto life. Well, that was real nice. This is the left turn lane. In terms of price, 10 being you got the motorcycle for free, 0 being you lost all your money in the motorcycle purchase, I'd give it probably about a 5 gold stars out of 10. Yeah, 5 gold stars. Just cause that seems like how the industry is right now. Seems like all motorcycles are overpriced. Well, this is a scary alley I have taken myself down. I dig the murals though. So on a side note, this bike is really fun. In terms of fun, I would give it probably 10 out of 10. I love this bike. It is an absolute ball. It's weird going from a street bike to a DRZ because it's so maneuverable and it's so like easy to whip it around and stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It gets a lot of looks. Usually people always want to talk about the gold rims. If I had to do it all over again, I probably would have bought this bike for my first bike. My first bike was a Suzuki SV650S, the sport version of the SV, and loved it. That was also a great bike. If I had to do it over again, knowing what I know now, I probably would have bought the DRZ for a first bike because it is easy to learn on, and it's not like crazy powerful that you're gonna kill yourself on it. If you hit the gas, you're not gonna power wheelie, you're not gonna loop it or anything. But yeah, it's a good bike. I love it. I would recommend it. In terms of 0 to 10, 0 being a bicycle for a motorcycle, and 10 being like the ultimate motorcycle, I'd probably throw the DRZ at an 8. It's a really fun bike. It's really good. Motorcycles are just fun in general, but for someone like myself who likes to ride around town and do wheelies, this is exactly what you need. I really like it. Every single person in that Cadillac Escalade is texting. There's a mom and a dad and 2 kids. Every single one of them is texting. So if you're thinking about getting the DRZ, I would tell you to do it. If you have the money, I would tell you to get a 400cc dirt bike and convert it to a supermoto. If you do something like that, you're looking at probably 13 grand. And for that kind of money, you can almost buy 2 supermotos. Anyway, internet, it's been real. It's been a fun time. Definitely think about getting DRZ if you're shopping for a bike. But that's all I got for you today. We'll catch you on the next episode. As always, do me a favor, hit the like button, leave me a comment. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, as always, remember to keep it rad. And we'll see you on the next episode.